Listen. You guys hear all that noise? That's fireworks. I talk about how in my targeting, they will engage in the use of fireworks, right? Firecrackers, fireworks. This is what they do, and how they engage in these sort of subliminal threats, or it's a celebration, or what have you. They're celebrating. What is it to celebrate, right? And this happens all throughout the year. Not only usually around the 4th of July, New Year's Eve, they will up the ante, but all throughout the year, they will use fireworks and to enable to engage in some types of either celebratory or some sort of subliminal threats, right? You know, sometimes they use fireworks to simulate gunshots, okay? So now they stop. All right, now they stop because I started recording. All right, before I came outside, I started recording. Okay. All right. Again, like I said, I'm going to expose them in every single way. You know, the New York Predator Department, the illegal in-home surveillance, constantly using sirens. You know, I was washing dishes, and every dish that I wash, they use the sirens. So I started sticking up my middle finger. Right, so every dish item, utensils that I wash, I will stick my middle finger up in the air, and then they'll stop. Again, I want you to understand the pervasiveness, the criminality of what it is that they do. And like I told them, ain't no fear here. You will never put me back into that fear, that fight or flight phenomenon ever again. I'm gonna always be in the fight, always. And understand that and know that. All right? Because these people, they're criminals. They are criminals, and they think they're gonna get away with it. All right, they believe that they're gonna get away with it. But I'm here to tell them no, they're not. Because I'm going to expose them and keep exposing them. No matter what sort of threat they'll send. Whether they be taking away my disability, threatening my children, using family members to engage in targeting, hitting us with directed energy weapons, silent sound, sonic weapons. I am always going to be in that fight. And I don't give a damn who you are. If you are engaging in trying to destroy my life and using technology to harm me and my children and my family, you're just lucky I don't have the training to train how I need to train, or the training to have what I need to have to take it to you motherfuckers in some of the most serious ways. And trust me, going forward, black people are going to be well aware of what it is that y'all are doing. And trust me, they will be trained. Understand that. Believe that. All right? This ain't no threat. I'm just letting you know. That's how it's going to be. The fact that these people can engage in this level of criminality, and because they're in a position of authority, they truly believe that I'm supposed to remain silent, that I'm supposed to just take it, right? I told them I was going to figure out what they were doing and expose them, and they didn't listen. See, I don't operate in the secret world, the high-tech world, the military world, the security service, security agency world. I operate in the public, and I got the truth on my side. I got the truth on my side. So, before I begin, expose them even more, I don't know if I mentioned this, but a former TI, Miriam Snyder, she had died in January. And I got a Facebook message from another TI on Facebook saying that they cremated her body, and I was like, why would her family do that? Her family should want to know, because she was talking about being implanted. You see, that's how they get rid of the evidence, right? When they implant people, and they don't want. And thank you for the car horn acknowledging that. So they said you heard the car horn, right? Yeah. That's what they do. So he sends me a DM saying that they cremated her, and I'm like, really? Let me tell you something. If they assassinate me, I want y'all to look for any sign of implants, particularly brain implants. Any scarring in the brain tissue to show that they've removed the implant, because they will show scarring. Okay? So this is what I want happen. I am not going to let them get away with it, in life and in death. It will never happen. Never happen, okay? And the fact that they're using technology to manipulate us, and the fact that most Negropeans, the dumbass Negropeans, refuse to listen, refuse to do any sort of research, any sort of looking into these technologies, but always want to be up in the church, hooping and hollering. Meanwhile, these people have been planning for our downfall for decades. They've been telling us, they've been saying it. Police group chat. Oh, I can't wait for the race war to start. You know, this is what they've been saying. What, did you think that they were kidding? Did you think that it was a joke? Huh? Of course, because the Negropeans don't think. They want to believe. And fuck the churches, because the churches are one of the biggest agents of white supremacy in America, the black church. The black churches are some of the biggest agents of white supremacy in America. Because these pastors are all about themselves. They're not about our people. The black church has become a joke. A joke. Right? But we still give them $20+ billion a year. And what are they doing with that money? They sure as hell ain't building up the black community. So what are they doing with that money? I always say this, you know, even the small churches, the pastor, his wife, his children, they're living way above everybody else. Right? They don't got to apply for no financial aid to send their children to school. They're driving a nice car. They're living in the house. While y'all are giving them their hard-earned money. Some of y'all spend more time in the damn churches than y'all do with y'all families. And then you wonder why your children behave in the way that they do. But because y'all don't think, there's no solution that comes into your mind. And that solution starts with you. And you gaining knowledge and understanding what's going on, what is being done. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to church. That's your belief system. What I'm saying to you is this, right? Look at your leaders in the churches and see what it is they do. Don't let them silence you because you ask a question. Don't let them run you off because you want to hold them accountable for what it is that they're not doing. Okay? Because it has become a joke. It has become, like I said, a lot of your pastors know the truth. They're not going to tell you. Look, ambulance. All right? Well, let me say a lot of ambulance today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ambulance today. Okay, I guess you hear a lot of these dollar cabs, right? So there must be a delay in the bus when this happens. Like I said, I always know what it is that they're doing. Okay? I always know what it is. And again, I keep saying on a cold, frigid winter night like this, right? We should not, New Yorkers, the public should not be waiting no more than 10 to 15 minutes for a bus. Doesn't matter what time of the day or night it is. The fact that we have such extreme coldness, okay? that it is in this time that we should be receiving the most service, not the less service. But like I said, you look at the system is ass backwards. That's why they have us thinking ass backwards. Because this is what they do. And particularly in communities where you have the majority is black and Hispanic people. Okay? I'm not gonna say black and brown people. They got some black and brown Hispanics, okay? But that's not all of them. You also got white Hispanics. All right? I never could understand the terminology black and brown people. I'm brown, but I'm black. All right? You know what I'm saying? You know, they tend to come up with these terms that when you look at the reality doesn't make any sense. But because we want to believe whatever it is that they tell us. You know, black and brown people. Who's brown people? Asian people are brown. Asian people are not brown. Okay? Because they'll put Asian people in there. And I mean the Chinese, the Japanese, right? Not to say that there isn't any brown Chinese and brown Japanese. All right? And then they want to say, okay, the Arabs are white, which, you know, a lot of them are. Right? I told you guys, when they talk about olive complexion, that's not what olive complexion is. Okay? You're either green or you're brown or you're black. Ain't no light brown. Okay? They're ridiculous with that shit. Come on, man. You know, you got the whole bus stop right here. Look, you see what I'm saying? Like, seriously? Yeah, they want me to walk. That's what that is. They got to find ways to make things very uncomfortable for me, right? I tell you, motherfucking bastards. Thank you. You too. Here we go. the number on the machine. Over the weekend, all of the buses had number 32 in it. Okay, they'll adjust and find new ways to target me.